You guys, I'm so sorry about yesterday. Got my fresh hot cup of coffee and my big ass glass of water. So I really apologize about yesterday. I had every intention on recording at the beach. That didn't happen. So here we are in the morning. I'm still gonna get episode 8 out. Um, so welcome to episode 8 of the Get Paid with Creative Nomad show. Today we are on I. And just so you know, let me pause right here. I am recording this at 4:45 in the morning. So this evening we will still be on track with episode 9. All right. So today is this morning is episode 8, and we are on I. And today's I is information. Information. What does that have to do with getting paid, with being successful in life, with being successful, building a successful business? Well, everything. That's why it's on the Get Paid with Creative Nomad series as I. So what I have, like just a little uh, side note that I have, is knowledge is potential power, depending on how you use the information. We hear a lot of times people say, knowledge is power, knowledge is power. Knowledge can be power depending on how you use that information. You can know something and absolutely not do anything with it. You can learn something and not do any better with that information that you've just learned. That information, that piece of knowledge does not turn into power because you're not using it. So knowledge is potential power depending on how you use the information. Again, we're talking about information as far as getting paid, being successful in life, a successful human being, and also building a successful business. So gather as much information as you can. Obviously, we're talking about whatever industry, whatever field you're in. Gather as much information as you can. Pull from several different sources. Um, of course, research your information, check your sources and different things like that. And also, get as much information as you can from people. Not to take that, but you'll have something to um, kind of sound off from, right? Someone says this or someone offers this piece of advice based on their own knowledge and experience or what they've learned or the information that they have gathered. Use that as well in your efforts to get more information about whatever it is, right? So someone could lead you in the right direction on where to gather more information about what you're doing. Anything. It's really endless. You just want to always be learning and gathering information. The more you know, the more, um, the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not accessible, the more valuable you make yourself. So always be learning, always be learning, and just get as much information as you can about whatever it is you're trying to learn. And me being, a Gen Xer, we come from the era of knowing a lot about a lot. So I definitely recommend you to learn as much as you can about as much as you can, you know a lot about a lot of subjects. And that also helps from talking to a variety of different people. One thing my ex-husband used to say is, you're too diverse, you're too diverse. You will just be friends with everybody. I will absolutely communicate, talk to, even hang out with everybody. Of course, there are some exceptions. We're not going to break those down. But I am very diverse. And that has added to my wealth of knowledge because I've talked to millionaires, like no bullshit. I've talked to millionaires that were, financially, and even still from where I'm at right now, but could have been intimidating for me. But I feel like I can talk to anybody. I feel like I know enough about enough to be able to hold a conversation with someone who's making 8 and 9 figures, because obviously the universe put us in the same space right now. So I'm going to take advantage of it and have a great conversation with you. And then, I've talked to about life and about just different things with a variety of different people, different ethnicities, different races, different countries, different cultures. It has added to my wealth of information, my knowledge, and how I'm using all of that to get paid, to build my company, to structure my character, and be the woman that I sit here right now proud to be. So, gather as much information as you can. Next, know what your customer needs and wants. If, like me, you are a small business owner, know what your customer needs and wants. That information is essential. How you know and learn what your customer needs and wants is to help you provide them with what they need and want, and even things they may not have known they wanted and or needed. So knowing what your customer wants, um, taking polls, doing your own little market research, just finding out, for one, who your customer is. Defining your customer is key to knowing how to break down what this customer wants, what this customer needs, what is their lifestyle, what is it they're looking for. So know what they want and what they need, and this will help you to structure your business or your product or um, your content, whatever the case may be for you. Now, if your customer is your children, right? If your goal in getting paid and watching this series is to become a better person, like say self-development hasn't been your strength, and but you acknowledge some of your shortcomings and where you can do and be better. If your customer is your kid, baby, knowing what they want and how and what they need, especially what they want. Kids don't give a shit about what they need. You're providing that already. That shit is boring to them. But knowing what your kids want and how to win the persuasion game of who's going to sell who, right? I believe I've mentioned this before, but who's going to sell who, right? Your kid is trying to sell you on letting them stay up past their bedtime. You're trying to sell them on getting their ass in the bed. Who's going to win? They don't want to eat this, or they want to eat this, and you're like, no, this is what I cooked, this is what you're eating. Whatever the case may be. Knowing what they want and when, like being able to read underneath the kid talk and the kid actions and tantrums, to be able to provide them what they want in a way that they didn't even think about. You then become the dope mom, because now you're being creative on how you can win this persuasion game with your kids based on the information that you gather from really just watching and studying your kids. Like people would actually mention to me, why are you always looking at your kids? Because I'm learning them, I'm studying them. Like, I gave birth to them, and they have some of my, chemistry and biology mixed up in them, but they're their own people and their own personalities. So I'm watching to learn them. And that's how I used to fuck my daughter up. But that's how I was able to nip shit in the bud and stop them from saying or doing things, either right at the moment or even before. Like I would see the wheels turning and I know what they're, and my daughter used to be like, how do you always know? I said, because you're my kid. It's my job to know. It is my duty in bringing you into this world to know exactly what you're going to do and say before you do it. So this is the information I gathered from when they were born and when they were young, you know. So I learned how to, now it's not always, especially not with my kids, because Lord knows they have a whole paternal side that's totally different from me, and that took precedence. But again, going back to control what you can control. I can only control me. I can't control, anything else. So that's what I did. And learning and studying those little humans who were my customers because I was trying to get them to do what I wanted them to do for their own benefit. You see what I mean? It was a long-winded story, but hopefully my point got across too. If being a stronger, better parent or more present parent is your goal, information can help you. Knowing what your kids want and how to get it to them in your own way, not in their way, but in your way. And it's the same with your customers. Only you want to give them what they want in their way, but still be true to your brand identity. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to move on from there. And lastly, what I have is you are a student of your craft. Always be learning. You are a student of your craft. I am a crochet clothing designer. Also, as a makeup artist and a licensed cosmetologist, I've started my cosmetics brand, which I've launched with a line of eyelashes, strip lashes, which, as you guys see, I'm fresh-faced this morning. No lashes, no brows. So thank you for watching this fresh-faced Get Paid series, episode 8. So, yeah, you are a student of your craft. So always be learning. I'm always, like I've spoke before, I'm always learning new stitches, testing myself on, or challenging myself rather to um, try and just do different things with my design that I've not done before, obviously, since I'm just building my brand right now. So it's a lot of challenging myself, a lot of trying to think outside of my own creative nomad box, not society's box, but I know what my brand is, right? So I'm always trying to push myself outside of that because the creative nomad is really about unique, authentic, genuine, all of those are synonyms, but it's really about a unique, not unique, and authentic identity, right? So it's not, my pieces aren't going to be seen everywhere. I don't want, I try to challenge myself on creating different shapes and just doing different things with yarn. So I'm constantly a student of my craft. I'm constantly learning and paying attention to different cosmetic brands that are on the market, different formulas that I see different companies come out with, different, just everything, even with the lashes, since that's where I'm at right now. I do a lot of looking at other brands, even looking at their marketing, looking at how they put together their marketing ads. Right now, my favorite to learn from is Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. I love her marketing. I absolutely love her marketing strategy. I love her marketing campaigns. So that is what I'm currently a student of right now. Like it's on my weekly list as far as like promoting other brands within my industry. Yeah, looking at her marketing campaigns and reading her interviews, that shit is dope to me, and I absolutely would be a student of hers any day, all day. So, always be a student of your craft and always be learning. So, this again, it all comes down to making yourself more valuable in your company, in your industry, in your household even. It's not even just about, being a small business owner or, working or anything like that. It's really, really about self-development. And all of these little keys, for me, really help to build your self-esteem. It really helps to build your confidence because at the end of the day, this is my goal for anyone who comes across any video in this series, whether it's tomorrow or if you've seen one already, or even if it's 5 years in the future. I want someone to come across this series and find the encouragement and the strength that they need to be courageous and not give up, or to help um, to help solidify their not give up spirit, or even to help encourage and create that. My main goal is to hear less people in the world complain about what they can change, and to stop and not give up when they've not even tried. Like you haven't even exhausted yourself. Don't give up yet. You have not tried yet. Trying is when you actually go the extra mile multiple times in the effort to achieve or obtain or succeed in something. For me, that is a try. And if you are still breathing and you're not pursuing whatever that thing is, you've given up, and there's no sense in giving up on yourself. That is what my message is. Do not give up. Period. No excuses for giving up. So, I've laid out these little building blocks in the word paid because having confidence in yourself, being able to believe in yourself and say, okay, I'm going to do this thing. You set out to do it and you believe that you can do it the whole way through, even when, coronavirus hits or the lockdown, the quarantine. I still believe I am going to build a successful brand. I see it. I still believe I'm going to build a successful cosmetics brand. I genuinely see myself doing that. And I still believe that I will be a successful motivational speaker that travels the world encouraging people. And I will have people actually say to me, you are the reason I did not give up. I was ready to give up and I found this video of yours. And it gave me what I needed to keep going. And I believe that because I've already seen my life living it. So these, for me, are absolutely building blocks to get paid. I'm talking about that self-payment. There's nothing in this world like waking up and going to bed with the absolute best person in your life. And that is you. That is 100% you. The things that we should give ourselves, we look for it from outsiders, not realizing that the law of attraction is real. If you love yourself as truly, as genuinely, and as honestly as you want someone else to love you, someone else will come along and love you that way. If you are self-doubting, if you talk to yourself horribly, telling yourself you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're not pretty enough, your eyebrows are this, your hair color is that, if you're constantly talking down on yourself, if you give up on yourself as soon as something gets challenging, sweetie, bro, that's what you're attracting to yourself. That is exactly why you have these shit people coming to you. You have to love yourself, have the most confidence. You have to believe in your own dream before anyone else will. You gotta believe the shit you're saying. You know what I mean? And you have to say the shit that you believe. Don't repeat shit because you heard someone else say it or you heard 1,500 other people say it. You don't know which one is the original sayer of that thing or which ones are the clones. So just come to your own conclusion. Control your own mind. Gather as much information as you can for yourself. Don't always allow people to tell you things and then you just believe it. Research everything. Gather your own information. Build a strong foundation for yourself, because especially if you are a small business owner, an entrepreneur, an artist, anything like that, you gotta build that strength, because the world is out here to tear you down and challenge you on if you fucking believe it. They're not just gonna be like, oh, Creative Nomad, yeah, let me get one of those outfits, and I'd like you to make my daughter an outfit, and oh, you got lashes too, cool, let me. No, no, that's not what it is. I have to, I had to, throughout my 25-year journey, build my confidence in myself, build my belief, build my self-esteem, right? Because everywhere you turn, someone's pointing out something about you that they feel is wrong. Well, that's their issue, and that's what you have to get to. You have to get to the point to where the negative critics, it just becomes like Charlie Brown's speech. Wah, 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 wah. You don't even hear audible words, when it's negative criticism, because you have worked on yourself throughout your life. You've gathered your information. You've held yourself accountable. You've tracked your progress so you know that you've made progress, right? You've been disciplined. You know what I mean? Like, you've done all these things, and now it just becomes a natural part of your life, like brushing your teeth, like bathing. Your mother isn't still teaching you how to wash yourself. You know how to wash your body now. You know how to brush your teeth. So, self-confidence, self-esteem is the same exact way. As you get better at it and stronger and more confident in yourself, and you do believe that you are the person that you're setting out to be, it becomes easier to, your back becomes smoother and slicker, because then it's getting a little bit thicker. So now all that shit just rolls off of you. Doesn't even affect you. You don't let it affect you. You may, okay, let me analyze what they said logically, right? Oh, okay, I've determined that was some bullshit. Let me get rid of it. Just that simple. Just that simple. It is just that simple, but it does take work to get there. Once you get there, it really is just that simple. Like, oh, I know Shalonda Elise. No one can tell me about me. Nobody can tell me about me. So that's where you want to get to. That is when, whether you have your wealth or not, you are successful, in my opinion. That is when you have the certificate of success. And now, with the knowledge that you've gathered, over the course of your life, with your experience, with other people's experience and the information that they share with you, you are able to go on and build a successful, a financially successful life for yourself, because you're not battling with yourself on, do I believe in me? Do I not? The world says this, society says that, oh, my friend is doing that, oh, that business is doing, you don't do that. Don't compare yourself, and just be the best you, right? So, that is information. That is episode episode 8 of the Get Paid with Creative Nomad series. I thank you guys so much. If you're watching this replay, again, I truly apologize for not airing it yesterday. But here it is this morning. And just to tell you, since we're at the end, I will go ahead and let you guys know why I didn't get to air yesterday. So we left in the morning. We went to Malibu Beach, which was my first time ever being in Malibu and obviously going to the beach. But what we did, we went on a hike to a waterfall, and then we're going to spend time there and then go to the beach. So by the time we would have been at the beach, it probably would have been a couple hours before 5, or we could have been back home by 5, who knows. But I brought my things with the intentions to, if we're still at the beach at 5, I'm going to go live, do the episode from the beach. That didn't work out. Not gonna go into why, because I was not the driver. But yeah, that didn't work out. We did still get out there, but we weren't anywhere near anything at 5 o'clock. So that is why also I don't really do anything at this time, because you just never know. You just never know. So I don't like to be late for my show. This is something that I am dedicated to. So yeah, that was a little bit of a bother for me, but not like I didn't have an attitude or anything about it. So here we are right now. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 8. Leave comments below if you have any questions, or if you just want to just share your opinion about the show, about the episodes that you've watched. And again, if you guys want to get in on the Friday's episode, the P.A.I.D celebration, which is the Progress and Accountability celebration, what you do is just email me your progress, what you want, what you're proud of as far as the progress that you've made in the week before, the week ending, as well as or your accountability. So what you have lined up that you want help holding yourself accountable for in the week coming. So you email those to me by Sunday, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the email address is in the description. I won't say it because it's pretty much the same name as my channel, but there's no E after the V. So it's Creative Nomad, but there's only 2 E's in the full word creative and not 3. So it's CREATEV nomad@gmail.com. Okay? So again, it's in the description. Read the description. I put all the information in there, as well as my other social media links and my Twitch account, because I also air these episodes live on Twitch in the mornings. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're watching this video and you like this series, go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you're already subscribed and you're watching this on replay, thank you. You guys are amazing. And I will see you this evening for episode 9. All right, guys.